All right, everybody, welcome back to the Golf Podcast USA Network. I'm your host, Brett Smith, and today we've got a really cool one from the Colorado Golf Expo where the World Long Drive brings the sport directly to the fans with a local qualifier happening right on a golf simulator. I had the chance to catch up with Mike Ambriz, the VP of Operations for the World Long Drive, and we got into how the qualifying process works, how they're bringing these World Long Drive qualifiers to golf expos and PGA Superstores, the history of the sport, and why Long Drive is one of the most exciting showcases in golf. We also talk about the athleticism involved, the specialized equipment these competitors use, and what separates someone who hits the ball far from someone who can actually compete on the World Long Drive. Here's my conversation with Mike Ambriz at the Colorado Golf Expo. All right, everybody. I got Mike Ambriz, the Director of Tournament Operations for the World Long Drive. Mike, how you doing?
Doing great. Having a blast here at the Colorado Golf Expo. It's awesome.
You've been here all weekend, yeah?
Yeah, we have. It's been a nice turnout. I think the weather a little bit on Friday hindered some of the people coming out with the snow we got, but yesterday and today the turnout's been fantastic.
So you're here doing a local qualifier for World Long Drive, is that right?
That is correct. We've got local qualifying. Well, first of all, our World Championship is a three-step process. So we have stage one is local qualifying, which is what we're doing here. And then stage two is regional qualifying. So the winners of all our locals advance to a regional. And then from the regional, winners advance to the World Championship. So they get to stand, the winners of that regional get to stand on stage with, Zach Holton, Kyle Berkshire, guys like that are champions. So we give the opportunity to people to come out and try and get a chance to be on the stage. It's just kind of like maybe you and me having a chance to go qualify for the U.S. Open and being on the tee box with Scotty Scheffler, right? So that's what we try to give everyone an opportunity to do.
That's pretty amazing. And you're doing it right here at the Colorado Golf Expo. I think that's amazing. How many of these qualifying events do you do, throughout the year?
We'll have, this year, I believe we have close to 20 local qualifying events. So we're at some other golf expos, which have been pretty cool. There's a lot of attendance and people are learning about the sport. And then we're also partnered with PGA Superstores. And we're going to have, I believe it's 7 of them across the country. There'll be a qualifier at a PGA Superstore.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. So, when's the next one?
The next one is actually next weekend is PGA Superstore in Plano, Texas.
Right on.
So we'll have a qualifier there, a local qualifier, stage one, for people coming in through that superstore. So they'll have a chance to hit in the bay and qualify for the second stage.
So let's talk about kind of the history of the World Long Drive. You're hosting these qualifying events all over the country. What are they qualifying for? Where did this sport start and where is it today?
Well, the sport goes back pretty far back, probably before when I got involved. I got involved in 1998, but it was going before that. PGA of America used to own the the Long Drive Championship, and they conducted it actually at the PGA Championship.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was done at the PGA Championship. So you had some PGA Tour guys, getting in, things like that. But so it evolved, and then when the PGA of America let it go, Long Drivers of America took it over. And from 1990, I believe it's 93 or 94, Long Drivers of America took it over and basically converted what you're seeing now, what you see on TV, what started at ESPN, went to Golf Channel. So it's just been it's an exciting sport. It's an exciting thing to see, to watch these guys, their athleticism, how big and strong these guys are, but also how flexible they are, and what they can do with this golf club and moving it so fast. It's like seeing somebody run super fast, right? And these guys are as athletic as it gets by what they do. But that's evolved into the event that it is. I mean, it used to be at night under the lights. We were the first group that put golf under the lights, and you could watch that in a Long Drive Championship at night under the lights, and it's just a spectacle to watch. It's awesome.
I mean, you just had a show here with a couple pros on the World Long Drive Championship now, right?
Right, yeah. We just had an exhibition, a demo by Josh Cassidy and Hunter Knoll, and they're doing a demo. They're hitting golf balls, as far as they possibly can. I think Hunter went 478 a while ago or something like that, 480. But they also did some showman stuff. So, I think Josh hit a putter, 313. stuff like that. Yeah. So they did some nice trick shots for everyone that was here. And I think people just love it. I mean, everybody's obsessed with power, right? Obsessed with hitting. I mean, first thing you see when somebody goes to the store, they're looking for, how can I hit the ball further? I want that driver, right?
Right.
Nobody really goes in there asking for the wedge,
right?
Unless it broke or something. But
well, talk about that real quick. The equipment that these guys use. I just discovered that yesterday. I tried it, and to learn the degree of loft and how stiff the shaft was, like that's standard equipment for these guys.
Yeah, they it's a little different.
Yeah.
You don't find that every day at your at your PGA Superstore, right? But they just need lower lofts, and Callaway has been making some long drive heads specifically for these guys, and not that because it makes it go further. It's just because they have lower lofts and they spin the ball a little more than you and I, right? So they need some lower lofts. So you'll see some 4 degrees, 5 degrees, maybe even a 3 degree. I think Hunter said he had his turned down to like 3. So and the faces are a little bit more reinforced, because they're swinging at such high speeds, and they're hitting so many golf balls that they probably go through faces more than they go through shafts. People would ask that, how many shafts do you break? They actually probably break more faces than they do shafts, just because they hit so many golf balls. And I mean, imagine a club can only take so much pounding, right, from swinging that fast. Where you and I could probably, the club will last forever, but for these guys, they're swinging at 150 plus miles per hour. It's eventually gonna go out on you. So that's what the special. When we say it's a special club head, it's really not gonna make it go further. It's just built different. That's all. Right. But all the clubs that they use in our competition, they're 48 inches long, so they all conform to USGA standards, and they all have to appear on the USGA conforming list. Kyle Berkshire, a lot of people know him. A 3-time world champion. I mean, we got these guys that just are tremendous athletes, and I mean, you gain another respect for these guys when you watch them. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, they can't putt." Well, that's not what they're there for. They're there to hit the ball far and long. So, and that's what we do.
Right on. All right, Mike. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right,
Thank
brother.
you.
Big thanks to Mike Ambriz from the World Long Drive for joining us at the Colorado Golf Expo. I think what really stands out is that long drive is not just about raw power. It's a real competitive pathway, a real athletic discipline, and a really exciting product for golf fans to experience live. From local qualifiers on simulators to the bigger World Long Drive process, it's cool to see the sport creating more ways for everyday golfers to get involved. And when you hear about swing speeds, the equipment, the conformity standards, and the energy around these events, you realize pretty quickly how serious and entertaining this corner of the golf world really is. Here's some upcoming local qualifiers for the World Long Drive happening around the country. On March 20th through the 21st, they'll be at the Texas Golf Expo in Dallas, Texas. Then on April 3rd through the 4th, they'll be at the Texas Golf Expo in Houston. On April 4th, there's a qualifier at the PGA Superstore in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. On April 25th, the World Long Drive heads to the PGA Superstore in Baybrook, Texas. And on May 2nd, they'll be at the PGA Superstore in Commack, New York. So if you think you've got the speed, or you just want to see what the World Long Drive is all about, those are a few dates to keep on your calendar. And of course, the big one to circle on the calendar is the World Championships happening October 4th through the 17th in Reno, Nevada. You can find the full schedule of World Long Drive events at worldlongdrive.com. Golf Podcast USA is America's only local golf podcast network. Just Google your state plus the word Golf Podcast to find your local show. And check out the full catalog on golfpodcast.org. I'm Brett Smith. Thanks for listening, and always remember to tip your cart staff.